Previously on Tales of the Rise, the party entered a jungle mausoleum and learned more about the suppressor masks. Nazimil wanted to use the masks to brainwash everyone into agreeing with the party's ideals, but ended up fighting the party when they tried to stop her. Although Nazimil won, she was distraught over hurting her friends and put on the reigning visage to brainwash herself. Now the party has to go to the Keystone to save Nazimil from her own machinations. Come on, just a little.
Why you?
Not gonna happen. Everyone's in the same boat. Ugh, fine, lousy cheapskate. What did you just say? After all we've done for you.
Hey.
Cut out, what's going on here? Oh, it's you. Perfect timing. Let's toss the blazing sword, shall we? Suits me just fine. I'm not gonna complain about whatever the blazing sword decides. Now wait a sec. This kid's trying to get materials to repair his house, but there's a waiting list. Come on, I don't need much. I'm worked to the bone and just want a place to sleep after a hard day's work. What's wrong with that? Think you're the only one? Materials are distributed after performing thorough investigations into necessity. We can't make exceptions for everyone. Well, I suppose that's true, but... Damn right it is. See, the blazing sword is on my side. No, all I'm saying is... Give me some that are going to Moscow. That shouldn't be a problem, right? Moscow, the material's meant for the Renans, and I suppose there may be some flexibility there. They put us through hell for so long. They can hardly complain if we do to them what they did to us. Now wait just a minute.
Huh?
What, have you got a problem with that? You, the one who pummeled the Renans? Yeah, just wave the sword of yours around and they'll fall in line. I only wanted to end their tyranny. I'm not out for revenge.
What?
That's what you say, but... I know how you feel, but with that kind of thinking, the fighting will never end. You've got to understand, you can't inflict the same pain you suffered onto others. I have no intention of disobeying you. Yeah, it's not like we can stand up to the Renans without you anyway. That's not what I'm saying. I will be your shadow.
I'm not getting through. It's not about what the blazing sword says.
You didn't drop Zephyr's name.
I can't play that card forever. I do understand how both of them feel. It's just that...
It's important to explain yourself using your own words. But it's just as important to rest when you need to. Let's call it a day.
Yeah, all right.
You look really beat. Care to take a rest? Rest. Ellipses.
What's this?
The palace in Pelegion.
Look at you. What the? It's you! Weak as always. You make me sick. Vholran. But you're dead! Oh? Then how am I here before you now? It's a dream. I'm just dreaming. Is that what you think? Allow me to enlighten you. I know the truth of this world. Friendship, trust, all that you believe in is fragile and fleeting. Stop. Those you seek to save are selfish and uncaring. You know it to be true. The only way to unify them... Stop! ...is through fear. Why now of all times? Losing your temper because it's the truth. You really are a pathetic bastard, aren't you? Enough! Unleash lightning! You picked the wrong fight! The only thing that can unite the feeble maggots of this world is domination by force. Bind them with chains of fear and drag them to heel at your will. Dominate them. Trample them and make them crawl on the ground. Stop it! I'm not like you! Take this! Try harder!
There's not much room for voiceovers in this battle because 90% of the battle has dialogue.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! It's nothing more than an endless stream of beings demanding that their needs be satisfied. They're loyal, have something to give, then turn their backs at them. They are not worthy of king. The only mercy that can be granted to them is the guidance of the strong. I'm not interested in your reasons.
Alright, he's charging up his mystic art, but I don't want to advance the battle too quickly or I might lose dialogue.
I am the truth of it! All others shall be banished!
Alright, as long as you dodge at least one hit, you can start a long dodge chain to make things easier.
Like you did, yes. Its flame burned down all who oppose you until only ash remains. The power is already in your hands. All you have to do is use it.
No, you're wrong!
right. The path that I must take is...
I'll destroy you!
Azure Storm!
Die!
Try harder! Burn!
I shall be the ruler of all things!
Finish him!
Know
Incinerate
your
away!
place!
I hope I didn't skip too much dialogue, because I did kind of... Even though I purposely held back my attacks until the very end, I feel like it's very easy to cut this guy's hit points down very quickly.
What's the matter? No words to disagree? Are you so afraid to admit the truth? That power and fear will always win over faith and honor? Or will it take the pain of the whip to open your eyes? Maybe. It's true that I don't know the pain of the whip. I couldn't feel pain when they struck me after all. And I understand what you're saying. People can be selfish. That much I can't deny. They hide their true intentions to get what they want. I've seen it countless times. Even so, I choose a path free of oppression. So a refusal, then. At the very least, you have no choice but to use force if you wish to destroy me. Do I? Maybe you can be defeated with force. But that would make me no better than you. If you utilize fear to rise above others, you'll only live in fear of when you yourself will fall. It's another form of oppression. You aren't Vholran. You're a shadow born from my doubts. Even if that's true, I still have the power to engulf you in darkness. What will you do if not destroy me? If you were born from me, then that means you're a part of me. I'll accept that and keep on living. Taking the weak route, are we? Go on then. But stay vigilant, or the night may come when this shadow consumes you. I'm used to your threats, but I'll heed your warning all the same.
Good morning. Didn't get enough sleep?
No, it's not that.
Then what?
I think I had a strange dream.
Oh? About what?
I don't remember exactly, but I think it was important.
Well, whatever it was. You seem less tired than you were yesterday.
Now that you mention it, I do feel like a load has been lifted.
Good. Now let's get moving. We still have a lot to do.
Yeah, I'm not giving up.
No, I will be your shadow completed. Burning essence.
I think it's safe to rest here now.
What are you looking at?
I'm not sure. The world in front of me, I guess. Nothing has really changed, but somehow it feels like I'm looking at something new. Even the stars are brighter. It's like a wall that was always there is gone now. It's hard to describe.
Maybe your breakthrough has let you see things differently.
You think so? Yeah, you might be right. Maybe I was scared.
That people would be disappointed in you?
Yes. But then I was thinking, do you remember the last thing Vholran said to me?
If you choose to walk that path, you choose that path. You choose a path of betrayal, despair, and corruption. I remember.
If I kept trying to play the hero everyone wanted me to be, I may have ended up just like he said. Of course, I know this won't solve all my problems. I'm sure there will still be times when I face betrayal or despair. But I can accept that if it's the result of my own choices. As long as I make my own decisions, I will be the master of my own fate. It's strange how a simple change in one's mindset can make such a big difference. It's not like I'm doing anything differently.
You freed yourself. It's been a while. But you finally look like yourself again, Alphen.
Thanks. Thank you, Shionne.
Is that so?
So Abakir isn't here. He's one of the friends you asked to look after things in your absence, isn't he? He must be at work. He's the type who feels guilty when he has too much free time. Lord Dohalim. And you are? My name is Lentigar. Abakir left me in charge of it in his stead. I see. I appreciate your help. Abakir will be away for some time. If you need something, I will assist you in any way I can. No, I just came to see you, Abakir. I'll come back again later. As you wish. I shall alert you as soon as he returns. Yes? There's a magnificent statue in the Saxleo Temple. Before you depart, you simply must see it. What's that about? He brought up the statue out of nowhere. Why don't we make a quick stop?
A statue in Saxleo Temple? I have no recollection of any such thing being there.
Maybe someone put it there recently?
Who besides Dohalim would do that, though?
This is the place Lentigar mentioned.
Oh, yeah?
I don't see any statue. My lord.
I see.
I thought you'd be here. You guided us here to meet in secret, didn't you? Yes, the truth is, Pharia has been abducted.
What?
Abducted? Abakir has gone alone to rescue her.
How absurd.
Alone? The fool. What is he thinking? There's more. He forbade me from mentioning, but... What? Tell me all you know. Traces at the scene suggest that the culprits are done. Surely you understand. If news of this were to spread in the city, things would get ugly. That's why Abakir wanted his own. Is it the masked people? Knowing Abakir, he must have felt responsible to me in turn again. That's just the kind of thing he would do.
Dohalim?
Thank you for telling me about the situation. Sorry, I apologize, but we need intel. For anything related to Dahnans, Calaglia is the one to ask. Thank you. Something must be amiss for a Renan representative to come all this way. I'll get right to the point, and Renan has been abducted. Rumor has it the abductors are done. Do you know anything about it? It's no small feat for one of us to lay hands on one of you. I know what you want to say, but there's no time. Please, if you know anything at all. Very well. But I haven't heard anything myself. If you give me some time, though, I'll ask around. Thank you. In the meantime, we'll see if we can glean any information on our own. Lord Dohalim, when you return, have you noticed anything out of the ordinary of late? It's not exactly that reason, but there are more and more people voicing grievances. Grievances with the current situation, how Renans must rely on Dahnans for survival.
Sure.
Yes, quite a few are wondering if we can't at least have the stage ourselves. Some say it would be easy for your lordship to grant that with a single command. Enough. The era of one-sided rule by the Renans is over, but that does not mean we will be ruled by Dahnans either. I understand, of course, but not everyone can accept that.
Seems a lot of the Renans still have high expectations for you as the last remaining lord.
It's been like this since the convergence. But living up to others' expectations is something I'm sure you can relate to.
Yeah, deeply.
Hey!
Excuse us, have you seen anyone suspicious recently? Anyone suspicious? I sure have, the upper floor full of them. I see, but it's not as if they've actually done anything, have they?
That ain't funny.
Not last year, but have you forgotten what they did before that? No telling what they might get up to in the future. And don't even get me started about all the folks in the other regions. Sending all the Renans to the city, only caring about their own damn safety. And just what are we supposed to do if all these Renans safeguards here start an uprising? What then? Oh, I'm sure steps have been taken to prevent that.
I think you're lying.
I certainly hope so.
The people here must have a lot of anxiety and frustration.
I can't blame them for that, but it is still a difficult issue.
Hey, I know you. You're a blazing sword, aren't you? Do you come to drive out all these Renans? No, it doesn't look like it. You wouldn't be of a Renan lord if that were the case. I'm wearing intel. Have you noticed anything odd recently? Seen anyone acting weird? Heard any rumors? Anything at all? Come to think of it, I didn't know he was up to no good or nothing, but I did see an odd-looking fella. A Dahnan?
Sure.
That's right. There's a lot of folks from all around here. Even so, he saw it like a sore problem. It was weird and kind of awkward, you know? Who could have been? If it's one of the people who abducted Pharia, what could their end goal be? Doesn't matter. Right now, we need to find out where they took her. Calm down. I know you're worried, but you're not acting like yourself. You're right. My concern has overcome my manners. Some time has passed, and I think we should check in with Ganya. He may have learned something. Good idea.
Dohalim sure seems on edge.
He's more worried than he lets on. We have to do what we can for him.
You don't have to tell me. Kidnapping is absolutely vile.
Do you have any leads? I may have something that'll interest you. I can't say it's good news, though. Late in the night, some men were spotted transporting a large package out of town. It was dark and the witness didn't get a good look at the men, but he said the package was big enough to fit a person inside. The witness says some men were muttering something about the woods. Shinefall Woods would be the closest.
All right.
We should investigate. We finally have a lead. I also hope to avoid any unnecessary conflicts. I pray for a speedy solution to your problem. Thank you for your help.
Why would anyone be after Pharia?
Maybe because she's important to Dohalim? It can't be a coincidence, right?
We'll know once we apprehend the culprits. Come on.
Pharia's somewhere in these woods.
I sure hope she's okay.
Look! Someone's there!
Is that?
Doe! What are you doing here?
I should ask you the same thing. Have you gone mad? Running off on your own?
I wanted to avoid causing any trouble while you were away. Sorry.
Were the kidnappers the ones who hurt you?
Yeah, I tried to get Pharia back, but I was too weak. I'm not as good as you.
She's still alive then?
There's no doubt about that. Doe, listen, the culprits...
I know. Avakir, you head back to Pelegion. Kisara, you're with me.
What was that just now?
It's rare to see Dohalim like this.
Yeah. His silence speaks volumes.
No time to dally. We need to act quickly.
I'm glad I made it in time.
I wish I could use healing arts.
Pharia, are you alright?
Doe, is that you?
Lord Dohalim, what are you doing here?
Lord?
That's enough.
Doe, be careful!
You would go so far as to disguise yourself as the very people you hate.
So they're actually Renans? A false flag op?
So you know. I'd expect no less from the great Lord Dohalim.
The abductors are Renans?
They slipped away with Pharia and defeated Avakir when he gave pursuit. Though those two are not warriors, overcoming them would be no easy task for a Dahnan. They were attempting to frame Dahnans for the crime. My guess is they were trying to make me hate Dahnans as they do.
Precisely. But that's only because you won't do your damn job as our lord. Ever since we lost Lennicus, we've been living like prisoners. Yet you only preach reconciliation, neglecting your duty as our guardian.
How could you be so selfish?
I am still a guardian of the Renans, but that does not mean continuing our rule.
It's just our luck you'd come back on the very day we execute our plan. We may have failed, but there are others who see you as weak. You had better watch your back.
Doe.
You succeeded at one thing. Your intent was to anger me. However, the focus of my anger is you. Any that harm my friends will be punished.
Dohalim, don't! If you give in to your anger, you will be no better than our enemies. Please, stand down.
You're right. His fate must not be decided by personal feelings. We will deliver him to Pelegion to face due process. Thank you, Kisara. You prevented me from making a grave mistake.
That's my job, after all. The criminals have been turned over to the authorities.
Oh, so we actually got Renan extremists for once.
Thank you, Kisara. That should be the end of the ordeal.
After all that, I just caused more trouble for you.
I'm glad the two of you are safe. That's all I can ask for.
Still, I have a feeling there's more trouble to come. There are still plenty of Renans and Dahnans who are unhappy with the way things are. I'll have to come up with other ways to keep things under control.
I'm counting on you. That reminds me, Avakir. I only learned of the kidnapping because Lentigar was concerned for your safety. You should learn to rely more on those around you.
Yes, you're right. I'll be sure to thank him.
We should let Ganya know the problem's been resolved, too. Let's go, Kisara.
Doe,
Yes?
thank you. And
Take care of yourself.
I appreciate the sentiment.
I think it's safe to rest here now.
I too will endeavor with Avakir to improve relations between Renans and Dahnans and Pelegion. Dohalim, please do your best as well. There are Renans and Dahnans alike who are unsatisfied with the way things are. I'll have to come up with other ways to keep things under control.
The culprits were Renans disguised as Dahnans?
Their intent was to turn Dohalim against the Dahnan people.
As a Renan, I apologize. Dahnans were being framed.
Ganya, please know Dohalim would never.
You're quite the conscientious one, aren't you? You could have kept quiet about the truth, and none would have been the wiser. And that's despite the fact that you were the target of this plot.
I believe telling you was a necessity.
I agree. In fact, I feel the urge to let my fellow Dahnans know just how honorable you are.
Ganya,
I hope this relationship continues, takes root, and endures long after we are gone.
On my name, Dohalim Ilkaris. I vow to do all that I can to that end.
Complete all 12 character subquests.
are you thinking about your friend, Pharia?
I've ended up putting her through another ordeal. Avakir as well. They've been made to suffer just for knowing me. And it's likely this will not be the last time either.
It's not your fault. Your position means Dahnans and Renans alike are going to look at you with their own individual prejudices. One side expecting the best, while the other assumes the worst. Much like what Alphen has experienced.
I understand. No. Understanding is not enough. I should have expected something like this to happen. Whether it was to a friend of mine, or someone else, it was my responsibility. And it's my fault for not being prepared. I'm going to instruct them to reinforce security. Of course, we'll have to do so carefully so as not to incite the old guard. Did you think I would blame myself more?
No. You're no longer your old self.
I don't plan on going back. Besides, the situation wasn't all bad either. Avakir had a colleague who cared about him, and was willing to step forward. The situation is changing, slowly but surely. If things continue this way, it may someday lead to that utopia you spoke of. One where all people are treated equal. Though, I do not know how old I'll be by the time I see such a world.
No matter the age, you won't be seeing it alone.
That's true.
Binding Essence. The group wearing masks appeared in the area where Dahnans live. We drove them off, but we still don't know who they are. They put residents in danger. I can't allow that. I'll catch them. Just wait.
Why you?
Like hell, I paid my hard-earned cash for this. But we need that food. We're starving. Sounds like quite the dispute. Care to fill me in on the details? Oh, Lord Dohalim, the Dahnans are buying up all the food. They're trying to starve us. Stop the false accusations. I'm simply buying the food I need. I have no obligation to give it to you just because this is the last of it. I need more for my family. Don't even try to tell me you have mouths to feed. How dare you? I did have a family until they were slaughtered by you Renan scum. Calm down, both of you. I understand the quarrel. There isn't enough food to go around, correct? In Pelegion, business is conducted fairly with no distinction between Dahnans and Renans. It is unfortunate for you, but that means first come, first serve. This man has the right to purchase the food.
That can't be.
You don't understand. My father is ill. He needs nutrition in order to recover.
Huh?
Oh, really now? And how do we know you're not lying just so you can get more for yourself? Both of you need to stop making accusations. Grr. This issue is unrelated to race. There simply isn't enough food to go around in Pelegion. Unless all nations coordinate how much food they need and adjust the trade accordingly, there will be no long-term solution. Why don't we try negotiating with the merchants of Messia? Viscint may have more surplus than the other nations. Perhaps we could act as an intermediary and facilitate additional trade with Viscint. Let's give it a shot. As you heard, we will go to Viscint to negotiate. While we're here, we will procure some food for your father. While we're there. Really? Thank you. We Renans are truly blessed to have you as our guardian, Lord Dohalim. Who figures do you take the Renan side? It's not because she is Renan. She is in need, so I offer assistance. I would do the same for you. Besides, I'm merely a representative of Rena. It is not the position many assume that it is. Dohalim, I apologize, but we must make her leave. Okay.
Dohalim?
Are you okay, Dohalim? People misunderstand the position I hold, but that does not change the fact that I must do all I can to help when necessary. If you say so, then let's depart for Viscint. Public servant, but not a dictator.
Guardian of the Renans, huh? That's quite the title, Dahnan.
A misnomer that doesn't reflect reality. I didn't choose it, nor do I want it. I am not a lord of old, ruling over the Renans. I do not seek to stand above the people, but among them as a fellow human being.
Right. You seem to enjoy being a mediator more than a leader.
Hey!
You deal in wholesale foods, right? Can we talk to you a bit? Oh, Kisara and Lord Dohalim as well. I'm pleased to see you are well. I'm honored you even remember me. I didn't expect to see you back in this neck of the woods. We have a favor to ask of you regarding business. Pelegion is running short on food right now, so we're wondering if you could sell some food to them. Although the timing is perfect, see, my acquaintance has a caravan and is looking to expand its business to Pelegion. I'll talk to them and ask if they can deliver some of our food to Pelegion as well.
I appreciate it.
I'm sure people at Pelegion would be glad to hear that. Thing is, the wholesale food business is going to be problematic in the long term. What's the matter? Since the world changed a year ago, it seems the soil in Messia has also changed a bit from how it used to be. Maybe that's why the crops aren't as bountiful as before. Kisara, can you do something about it?
Okay.
So commerce is also taking a hit. Okay, we'll talk to the Department for Welfare to see if something can be done. That'll be great, thank you. Hey, you're so reliable, Kisara. You kind of remind me of the old Lord Dohalim. Is that a compliment? Anyway, thank you about Pelegion. If you need help with anything else, let me know anytime. Thanks, I sure will. Well, we have another favor to ask. Do you have any particularly nutritious food you can part with at the moment? This is unrelated to the wholesale issue. We need it urgently for a sickly citizen in need. I'm sorry to hear that, but unfortunately I've just ran out of stock. I do apologize. It'll be a while until we remove stock, so it'd probably be faster to go and gather supplies yourself. I'll give you a list of the most nutritious things I know of. You should have no problem gathering them.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
So then...
We better go get started.
Kisara, you seem to have accepted your position as someone the people can rely on.
As a member of the Service Corps, being there for those in need comes with the territory. Besides, I'm happy to do it. It's a vital part of maintaining the peace, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I think I would. This should be enough nourishing food. Let's take it back to Pelegion.
Oh, Lord Dohalim. We talked to Merchant Viscint, and she promised to transport food to Pelegion. It should only be a matter of time before shops are once again flush with groceries of all kinds. We also procured some nutritious items. Give these to your father and he should recover. Oh, thank you so much for everything. If you're going to thank me, I'd like you to thank her as well. Dohalim, she's the one who took the reins in Viscint. There's only so much I can do on my own. You're done. I don't...
No.
No need to thank me. Oh, no, thank you. I don't know what would have happened to my father if it weren't for you. Glad to be of service. I just thought all Dahnans around Lord Dohalim are servants or something, but I see now that you're his equal. I guess from now on, Renans and Dahnans should work together like you two. You should just take it one step at a time, just like you did now. I'll think about it. Please excuse me now. I want to give this food to my father. Now that the food problem has improved, I hope the situation in Pelegion has moved one step forward. Seems like Pelegion and Viscint are still in need of us right now. Yes, but that's just now. I'm certain that eventually Renans and Dahnans will be able to live together in harmony even without any one person to guide them. We still have a lot to do in order to achieve such a world. What if... Yes? What if such a day actually comes and we are able to leave our cities? What would you do then? What to do? What I'd really like is a nice quiet place near the water to relax. You don't mind such places either, do you? Well, I suppose you're right. Perhaps I shall be playing some music by the water. You've helped everyone in this nation have my thanks. You have all gone way above and beyond for us. You're the ones who hold this country together. The day that my presence here is no longer required may come sooner rather than later. Hey. I don't know about that. Sure, more people are back to their old selves, but there's no end to this bickering and quarreling. You take care of whatever you need to do and then come right back. Beg your pardon. I intend to do all I can to ensure the day comes. Someday I'll make the city full of joy. That way you can leave it behind with a smile on your face. One other thing. This is for you. A small token of our appreciation.
My thanks.
Oh my, I'm grateful for your kindness. I promise to make good use of it. Lavender. Red lavender. Rosemary. Red rosemary. 10,000 gold.
I understand your willingness to go to great lengths for your ideals. But I do hope that you're able to take some days off to rest.
I could say the same of you.
I get it. Because if you both have a day off, you can spend it together, right?
That's not what I meant.
It wasn't? Maybe there's someone around here who... Huh?
Wait, were you in the bureau? Whoa, what are you doing here? That's my line. What are you doing here? Think I can just cast off my bureau uniform and live a quiet life in the city? There are many who hold a grudge against all bureau members. If they find me, I could be killed. You got good palling around with a hero, even though you were a snake guy just like me. What will it take to wash away my past as an underling of the Renans? So I have to save the world too? I don't know about that, but Law faces his past. He worked very hard to find what he could do to make up for it, and still does all he can. Rinwell.
Why you?
You that woman they call a Dahnan mage? You're like two outcasts looking at each other's wounds. Makes me want to puke.
Why you?
What the hell did you just say? I can't stand being near either of you. I've got better things to do. Damn. Coward, he's lucky he's so fast. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
No.
Okay, you have nothing to apologize for. But do you know something? He ran up towards Messia 224 and he was trying and failing to keep his bag hidden from us. Bag, now you mention it, he was holding something. So what? What about it? I'm just curious about what's in it. He said he had better things to do. You mean like terrorism? He seemed pretty desperate, and he's worried about people judging him for his past. I think he might have something dangerous in that bag. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking things. Let's start checking out. Let's go to Messia 224 and track him down.
I can't believe that man said that. Could he have picked worse phrasing? I hope Rinwell and Law don't take his words too seriously.
Both of them have faced their pasts and are now looking forward to the future. But words can still hurt. And we should keep an eye on them.
I agree.
I guess...
Hey, have you seen a suspicious guy come this way? He was holding a bag about... yeah, big? No, I haven't.
Law.
Look behind him. Hey, what you got in that snow behind you? Let me take a look. What's the meaning of this? You're hanging a bag in there. The snow is way out of place. And I can see the damn bag.
What?
What? No way, I hit it good. Aha, you are hiding it. You tricked me. I can't see the bag, but that's the only snow around here that's unnaturally packed down, so it's pretty obvious. Damn it. You know the guy we're looking for. I don't know any snake eyes. I never said he's a snake eye. Man, you're bad at this. So you do know him. What's in the bag, and what's he planning to do to the village? No, wait a sec, there's nothing dangerous in the bag. The food is just full of rations. Food. He'd never do anything to this village. He's just looking out for his old man gave me. His old man? You mean he's your son?
Law.
Well, you don't need to be so aggressive. Look, you're making him nervous.
Well...
Sorry, look, the truth is, I was also in the burrow. I ran to your son before coming here, but he was acting strange, so we got worried. If food's all that's in the bag, then we'll leave you alone. Sorry for making wild accusations. So you used to be like my boy, huh? And I have a favor to ask you. Tell him he's atoned enough, that he should run far from here and stop worrying about me. Atoned? My son regularly sneaks into the village and leaves food in front of our house. He must feel guilty about sending me to the floodlights. He sent his own father. But even though it was his duty as a snake eye, he looked like he was hesitating at the time. He must have doubted what he was doing as he sent others to the floodlights. Though he's no longer a snake eye, I doubt others will forgive my son for what he did. So I want him to run far away and live somewhere safe. It may sound selfish, but to me it hurts more to think that my son is being tied down because of me. Hey, I know he said some nasty things to you, but can I go tell him what you said? I know what it feels like to be bound by the past. I know how you feel. I still can't forgive Almedria, even after all this time. But being with all of you made me realize that I need to let some things go. So let's do it. Let's find that guy and tell him what his father said. You can wait here. I promise I'll tell him. Thank you. It's been rough not having anyone to talk to about this kind of thing.
Are you okay, Law?
Yeah. I was just thinking back on my time with the Snake Eyes. I was a serious mess back then. But I still can't believe I really arrested my own dad.
Oh, Law.
Sorry. Now's not the time for old regrets.
The horde of Zoogles. That's where the former Snake Eyes member was, right? Was it attacked? You gotta be kidding. If he's dead, imagine how his father will feel. Here comes even more. It's dangerous to take the guard like this. Let's flip. Kisar and Dolim will go that way. Law and I will be here. Shionne and Renan will go. Alphen, leave him to me. I've got to tell him what his father said. I've just gotta go. I've got to. Law? I can't really explain, but Law sees himself in that guy. When Law looks at him, he sees his own past, his own suffering, and wants to help. Rinwell, I told you, I know how it feels to be bound by the past. That's why you and I have to find that former Snake Eye and clear up the confusion. Yeah, you're right. Let's go, Rinwell. I got your back. Alphen, are you sure about letting just the two of them go? Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. We should get going, too. Okay, let's get this done for Law and Rinwell. Alright, I actually had to restart because I actually did a suboptimal run where I was actually set to a long distance strategy for everyone. So Law was fighting super suboptimally. Yeah, it really sucks that the strategy, the tactics strategy setting applies to the whole party instead of each one individually. That seems like such a downgrade. I feel like you're just gonna make it worse and worse every game, man. Yeah, now I have the correct distance settings, so now Law will fight somewhat efficiently. For an AI, that is. Of course, I still have to make sure... It's probably best for me to just control Rinwell, just to keep using her dodge and casting combo, since I think dodging does contribute to the cast time reduction passive. I also should try to use Tidal Wave more. Somehow enemies can just walk right through it without getting staggered, even regular ones. Yup. Great design.
Reflect this tenebrous claw! You've got some nerve showing up to get knocked down.
Dance in the wind! Air
Cast a quick basic spell and then work my way up, hopefully.
Oh, magic is them! Cyclone! You get the gist.
And just walk through the entire cyclone like it was nothing, of course. Maybe I should use Maelstrom instead. I think that one was actually just a big water laser. That might help when enemies are trying to move towards me. That'll make them walk right into the hitbox even if they cannot be staggered easily. I think that would have been the better choice to ensure maximum coverage.
You get the gist. Air thrust! Blah blah blah. Cyclone! You get the gist.
These fists has got your name on them!
Air thrust!
Eat this!
Oh, a lot of, the AI actually managed to reach red mode by himself.
Demon's Descent!
If only I was actually that skilled. I struggled just to get into yellow mode,
Swallow down!
Air thrust!
since that requires me not to get hit very often, or at all. And he even pulled off the second Mystic Art by himself.
Heavenly Crimson Blossom!
Yeah, Lob is basically for really skilled players who know how to dodge well, so they can just stay in red mode forever and deal massive damage.
Don't get too close, okay? Short range is our area.
Oh, did I worry you? Sorry about that, but thanks.
Huh? I wasn't worried.
Tidal Wave that does not even stagger, but luckily it does. While it is on the case.
You get the jet. Air thrust!
Actually, this works out well because since the enemy wants to go aggro on the player character, that means Law might not have to deal with as much aggro and therefore can keep his red mode longer.
Mortal droplet!
Assuming I have the correct AI settings for distance.
Oh, now I'm real mad!
Perfect!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Now, this run actually worked out pretty well, surprisingly.
Dragon Shell!
Magic is am! Air thrust!
Perfect Knuckle!
You get the jet.
Yeah, I do not want to stand in front of that laser.
You get the jet. Cyclone!
I'll crush you! Ah! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
That's where you were hiding. Thank goodness you aren't hurt. What? Law, and the woman from earlier. Were you looking for food to give your dad to atone? What? How do you know that?
Wow.
We met your dad, and he asked us to pass along a message for you. Your father said you have atoned enough. You should run far from here and stop worrying about me. Huh? He did, really? Your dad was worried about you. That food was never meant as atonement. But if I didn't try something to get rid of this guilt, it's gonna go crazy. I'm estranged from my father. I rebelled and ran away from home. I went for a lot for that. I joined Barrow out of fear someone would turn me in and sent my father my own fire to the floodlights. I arrested my own dad too. You know that, right? Yeah, that's right. I'm jealous your parents aren't both dead. I think your dad just wants you to live. I don't want to die either, but it's my fault that Dahnans and Cysloden are so distrustful of each other. I sent countless people to the floodlights, and now I'm supposed to leave my father and flee. How am I supposed to live myself?
Hey!
What will you live for from now on? Huh? When I was struggling with my own emotions, my friends told me this. The words always make their way into my heart through any anger or regret that may be there. I see. I have a lot more life to live. I don't know if the words that save me will have the same effect on you. I don't think regret can be something to live for. So maybe your dad wants you to find something new you can live for. Rinwell, I want to see my father. I don't just want to pass him rations. I want to apologize to redeem myself. But before that, I want to make my amends to everyone else. I'll do what I gotta do and keep living. It'll be difficult to earn the forgiveness of everyone you've wronged. Impossible, maybe. I know. But if that's what you want to do, you should do it. The wrongs you've done will always be with you. If you think you can do something to make up for them, do it. Law, so you're like me too. I've made up my mind. I'm not running anywhere. I'll pay for what I've done, no matter what it takes. And once I've done that, once I'm ready, I'll apologize to my father, directly man to man. Hey, tell me, is repentance the same thing as regret? Is it enough to keep someone alive?
Yeah!
Yeah, I think it is. And besides, now that you're facing forward, ready to move on, you'll be fine. I'm so ashamed. You guys are all so encouraging, but I lash out at you like that. Thanks, guys. Sorry for what I said before. I work hard so I can live with my dad. I hope he can live with his dad again. Yeah, listen, Renal, thank you for everything. You didn't just get him fired up, but me too. Just like you, I took helping that man as another opportunity to look back on my own past. So I should be thanking you. I see. Huh. Huh. Whoa, what's the matter, Hoodle? It's okay, Hoodle. Law didn't do anything wrong this time. What do you mean this time?
I had my doubts for a time, but Law and Rinwell have both gotten stronger.
Yes, our concerns were unfounded. They've both grown a staggering amount.
When we first met up again, I still saw them as children that needed my protection, but I was wrong. It's actually a little sad to realize.
It can be lonely when those you once protected no longer truly need your help. But they have become excellent friends and allies. Don't you think?
Yeah, I really do.
Say, I've got a bit of a request for you. Will you hear me out? Sure, what's up? As mentioned before, those days of Cyslodians keeping an eye on each other has had a lasting impact. The biggest issue is how people are treating informants.
Wow.
They're still taking flack for their past actions. Yeah, but the anger of those who lost their families because of the informants won't go away in a mere year. The Silver Swords have forbidden personal vendettas, but not everyone's satisfied with that. A few extreme informant hunters have been attacking former informants. That's nothing more than pointless violence. Yeah, we can't let it slide, but it's not like people will voice their discontent out in the open. Sure, that was the norm until a year ago, hiding your true feelings from the world. Honestly, I find it easier to talk to outsiders like yourselves. I'm sure others feel similarly. I see, so that's what you want to ask of us. It is. Talk to the villagers and hear out their feelings on former informants. I'd like to hear everyone's true feelings, from former informants and those who detest them. Accept.
Got it.
Got it, we'll try to ask around town. Thanks, you're a huge help. A local like myself couldn't imagine navigate these waters.
Got it.
We'll take care of it, Bragon.
Bragon's got it tough with so much to worry about.
Let's do what we can to lighten the Silver Sword's load.
What do you think of the informant hunters? Well, hell, if you ask that knowing I used to be an informant, right? You're just here to get your jollies harassing me, aren't you? Well, I've had enough of this crap. Wait, you used to be an informant? We had no clue. We're here at the behest of the Silver Sword to gather opinions of the informants from the populace. We don't mean you any harm. Some things may not be easy to talk about, but we want to hear what you have to say. Oh, really? Thing is, someone in town told everyone they used to be an informant. As a result, I had to endure all sorts of abuse. If I'd come for your own pound of flesh, sorry. To be honest, I don't blame them for coming for revenge. Even for all that abuse? After everything I've done, I'm in no position to complain. I've exploited others for my own gain. But then I got informed by another guy and ended up in forced labor myself. What goes around comes around, I guess.
Well? Is
there something you want? Like, do you want a Silver Sword to protect you? No, I don't want anything like that. Though if you really want to know. This may be an odd answer, but I want to atone for my mistakes, for the sake of those I've wronged. Rather than hide from the informant hunters, I'd rather make amends in front of everyone. It's probably too late for that, though, so I'm just living here quietly.
Thanks.
Is that so? Thanks for telling us. Pro hunter sister, informant hunting. It's difficult to say in public, but I think it should be allowed. Can I see why you think that? Both my parents were taken after someone informed them. I haven't seen them since. I've mourned them ever since that day. If it meant freeing myself from pain, even I'd... I see. My sister seems to think differently than I do. You know, sis, I hate informants too. I just don't see any good coming from taking revenge on them. But it's the Renans who are really bad. Why should Dahnans hate each other after all this time?
Yeah.
You've forgiven them then. No, I haven't. How could I? It's just violence wouldn't solve anything.
Right.
You're right. It may provide some temporary relief, but it won't make your sadness go away. It hurts to hold onto anger for so long without an outlet for it. It's why they want to resort to violence. Yeah, maybe I feel better if I talk to people around town with similar experiences, but that's not happening. Talk with other people, huh?
Thanks.
Thanks for sharing your honest opinions, both of you. It's helpful. No problem. Informant hunters, I don't think that's right.
Well...
Can you tell me why you feel that way? Back then, everyone was desperate to survive. There was no point in condemning someone for making a mistake. I was also informed on someone and put into forced labor, but I have no hard feelings toward them. Even after all you've been through? Yeah, so maybe it's only because I was able to come back alive. It's sad to see people hating each other again after barely surviving, you know? I see. Yeah, I feel the same. Thanks for telling me. What the hell? What do you want?
Right.
We just want to have a little chat. Don't you be so scared. It's just been a while since anyone tried to talk to me. Everyone assumes I was an informant. What? So you were mistaken for a former informant? Yeah, lots of people around me were taken away, but it wasn't my doing. That sounds tough. Condemned for something you didn't even do.
Damn it.
Exactly. Why did I still have to live in fear even after Renans left? People are wielding so-called justice with this informant hunting, but what if an innocent person like me ends up getting attacked? Have you tried making your case with everyone? Of course I did, but who'd believe the words of a former informant? Ugh.
I guess.
If If only you could get them to understand what really happened. There must be some way. No, I can't think of... Hold on, I know. If you meet the Eris, please make a case for my innocence.
Even though the Renan subjugation has ended, no one in town seems truly happy.
Yeah, a year has passed, but they're still gloomy. I know it's not an easy thing to get over, but still.
There must be something we can do. At least, I hope there is.
I see.
They all have their own thoughts, eh? Thanks for letting me know. Now I have an idea of what everyone's thinking at the very least. We still don't know what to do. True, each side has their own problem, thoughts. I think it's time. It'll take time to solve this problem. It's probably better if they can at least talk to each other more openly without us in between. I feel like it's getting more complicated because everyone is holding it in with their hearts closed off. It's just as you say, the long reign of subjugation has left deep scars on these people. I wonder if there's a way to open the hearts of people like that. Regan, you've been working hard on a seriously tough issue, huh? I suppose so. The only thing I look forward to these days is a drink when I get home.
That's right.
A drink, that's it. Can we use that? Do you think of something?
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't we get all the adults in town together for a round of drinks? Obviously I don't drink, but adults seem to talk more when they drink, right? That goes to show that they let their guards down. Maybe they'll be able to say what's on their minds, or maybe they'll get into a bar brawl. Oh, you're right. Booze can be an easy way to loosen someone's lips.
Yes.
Yes, that might just work. Lots of folks in Cysloden enjoy a good drink. Keeps the cold at bay. It's better than sitting around doing nothing. That means we'll need a Cysloden, and lots of it.
How about it?
We get ingredients for Cysloden from Zoogles, right? Let's go gather some. Give ingredients. I think we already got what you're looking for, see? You sure you're willing to give these to me? Sure, you need it, don't you? Thanks for that. There's enough to make plenty of Cysloden. I feel bad for always being helped by you guys.
Yes.
It'll take a while to make this much, but when we're done, let's have a big party hosted by the Silver Swords. Hopefully people from all over town will come. Oh, I'm sure they'll come, lured by the booze, but what's important is what comes next. It's not something that can be solved by the power of booze alone, is it? But I'm sure it'll be a good first step for the people in the city to talk frankly. Yes, I believe so too.
Fire water to melt people's frozen hearts. I'd like us to join them on the day of the banquet as well.
If everyone's drinking, won't fights break out?
So what if they do? No way to get closer to someone than having a good rumble, I say.
You might be right. Maybe what Cysloden needs right now is a way to release some pent-up pressure.
Yes.
Thanks to you guys, the Cysloden is looking great. It looks like everyone in the Silver Swords is getting more motivated. Making fire water like warm or cold relationships. Come and think of it, it's really a Cysloden way of doing it. A reconstruction cutscene? Thanks to all of you, the nation is springing back to life. I can never thank you enough. Don't mention it, Bragon. You've helped us just as much, if not more. I just hope the people here can grow closer, even if just a little. Or as my dad would say, break down the barriers inside their hearts.
Right.
That's easier said than done, but I'll continue working towards that goal. Oh, I almost forgot. This is a small thanks from everyone in the nation. Here, take it. Wow, really? Thanks. We'll put it to good use. There was talk of erecting a statue of Zephyr, but I figured you'd rather have something useful for your travels. My dad wouldn't want a statue anyway. Thanks, Bragon. Verbena, Saffron, and Gold.
We've visited countless cities, but everywhere we go, there seem to be more problems than before.
Perhaps. But no one can deny that the reconstruction efforts are making steady progress. Where we are now is just the first step on a long road.
That's right. With this kind of work on such a large scale, it will probably take decades to complete it all. But if everyone works together towards the same goal, I know we can create a world without suffering.
That's right. And even now, there are people with the same ideals as us, all over the world, working to improve their lives. We'll have to do all we can to protect them, and to ensure they can continue to do so in peace.
The thoughts and actions of the people alive today will shape the world of future generations yet to come.
Yeah. If you see something wrong with the world, the only way to make it better is to step up and do something about it. The people we've seen aiding in the reconstruction have reaffirmed that belief.
Still, it can be hard to be optimistic, given the current circumstances.
I know, but that's all the more reason for us to keep working to see this through to the end, right? We'll also have our own dreams and goals to work toward, for the sake of the future we're building.
You're right. As long as we're together, I'm sure we can do it.
Okay, that's strange. There are two quests in Viscint? One EX, one not EX. What?
So, Alphen, how's your pursuit of wedding knowledge progressing?
With everyone's help, I've been able to look into several things I was curious about.
Happy to hear it.
But I'm still clueless when it comes to marriage in general. I'm still in the dark on what married life is like after the ceremony is over.
It does seem as though that would be a separate set of knowledge. You'd need a new home, furnishings for it, things of that ilk.
A home? You need a house if you get married?
It's not a requirement, but generally speaking. It even came up in the conversation amongst the ladies that sparked your quest for knowledge. Shionne said she wanted a warm home to live in, remember? It's completely normal to think of such things.
It is?
So I've heard.
Then the next thing I research will be where to live after getting married. I want to know everything that's needed.
Very well. You know, I once heard someone say, marriage is not the destination, but a new departure. I believe those were Droshin's words of wisdom.
Really? Does that mean Droshin's married?
He is indeed. Seeing as he has experience, you may wish to seek his counsel.
All right, let's go.
Okay, new diary entry as well.
Now that I think about it, life after marriage is obviously more important than the wedding itself. The wedding is a single day, but your life together after that goes on for years and years.
True. It is certainly a topic worthy of careful consideration.
Oh, hello. Did you need something?
There's something I want to talk to you about. I heard you're a married man, so...
You once spoke to me about the necessities in everyday life after marriage. Do you recall? We've come to you because Alphen would like to hear what you have to say. Can you inform him of what is necessary?
Is that so? Now that's a serious consultation. If you're going to get married, I think you first need to decide where you want to live.
No, I'm not getting married in the immediate future. I'm just curious and doing some research.
I see. Even so, I think you'll get an idea of what you need if you picture what you want for yourself. Are there any cities you've thought would be nice to live in?
No, not really. I'd never given it any thought.
You know, Shionne once said that she enjoys the mood of gazing upon the snow of Cyslodia, and that doing so calms her. Other than that, she also mentioned that she finds the weather pleasant in Ganath Haros.
She did? Maybe that means she wants to live in Cyslodia or Ganath Haros someday. I was just reacting to Shionne's comments. Don't read into it too much.
Of course, we would never.
If you don't have any strong preference on where you want to live, maybe you should spend some time traveling around. Cast aside your preconceived notions and look around with an objective eye. You'll likely discover some conditions you can't compromise on.
Thanks. I think it's worth a try. Should we start by visiting Cyslodia then? I can see what Bregan has to say too.
By all means. I think it's smart to learn about marriage and all it requires well in advance. Married life is like a long journey. If you don't care for and support each other, it won't last. The most important thing is to discuss and understand each other. Two people living together...
We've strayed quite far from the matter at hand. And it seems this is going to take a while yet.
Not as long as the speech you gave at Kagari and Notio's wedding.
Ah, my apologies. Are you in a hurry? I still have more to share.
Thanks for your help, Droshin. You can tell me the rest the next time I see you.
Homes in Cyslodia are constructed to withstand the snow. That's one of their good points.
I never thought much about how a house is designed. This is all so new to me.
We need to start keeping an eye out for this kind of stuff. Wandering aimlessly won't cut it.
Marriage is something that doubles your joy and halves your sorrow. It's a popular saying. In your long life, you two will go through many hardships, as well as many encounters and partings. Through such experiences, and perhaps some fights from time to time, a couple's bond will be strengthened. Well, give my best to the lucky couple, whoever they may be.
Okay, Alphen and Dohalim were whispering to each other, or so I thought. When I try to get closer, Rinwell came over and started talking to me. She was obviously trying to stop me from overhearing them. Don't tell me you're in this too, Rinwell. Have you discovered my secret after all our time together? I was hoping you alone would be there for me, no matter what happens. No, I shouldn't doubt her. Maybe she really did just want to talk. But what if...
What? You're looking for a place to live?
We're gathering information about marriage. More specifically, we're currently looking into the process of house hunting.
Sounds complicated. I don't know anything about all that, but we'll welcome you with open arms if you want to move here, Alphen.
Thank you for saying so.
Thing is, there are some difficulties with living here, as you know. For one thing, there are more disputes between fellow Dahnans here than in other nations.
I'd hoped they'd all get along better after they were freed. I understand things still have a ways to go.
The other thing is that, in general, Renans aren't allowed into the city. You get lots of Renans coming to see you, don't you, Alphen? I know you've got both Renans and Dahnans in your crew.
Yeah, that could be a problem anytime Renans want to come visit.
The last issue is that the land around Cysloden is barren. It isn't easy to secure the food you need. We're not starving yet, but there's not much by the way of access.
So, if someone with, say, an incredibly high metabolism were to move in, it would put more strain on the food supply?
I had the same thought. Even if I'm comfortable, the person I live with may not be.
Yes. I think it's important to keep that viewpoint in mind when looking at other cities as well.
Thanks for talking with us, Bregan. I'm not looking to move just yet, but when the time comes, I'll remember everything you said.
Been a pleasure. Come by any time. Gathering information, house hunting. You got some big life changes planned there, Alphen? If it is what I think it is... Nah, I won't pry. Good luck, Alphen.
Thanks, Bregan.
Now then, shall we depart for Pelegion? I will refrain from shamelessly recommending it, though.
Yeah, let's. The more places we can visit, the more informed I'll be. Plus, we can talk with Ganya to see if he has any advice. Going to Cysloden really helped me understand some of what's important when deciding on a place to live.
If we continue to observe different locales, we will be able to understand more clearly what type of location is best.
Alphen, do you already have a special someone in mind? Ah, sorry, I said I wouldn't pry, but I couldn't help myself.
Did you need something?
I have a question for you. Can you spare some time if you're not busy with your duties?
I've always got time for you. I still owe you a huge debt. After all, it's thanks to what you all did a year ago that we regained the most important thing a human has. The ability to think.
All we did was help. It's you guys who actually took it back.
Even then, I still have a debt owed to you. So, what do you want to talk about?
I'm trying to decide where I want to live a little further down the road, when I'm ready to settle down. We're traveling around to various places to see how they strike me. Now we're here. So, how's life in Pelegion?
Hey, it's great that things have calmed down enough for you to think about settling down, even if it's still a ways off. But as far as living here, look, it's a beautiful city, and Renans live here comfortably. The problem is, Dahnans can't say the same. Plus, there are probably more than a few Renans here that would be less than pleased with your presence.
I guess it isn't the best for me. The city being beautiful is important to people who care about aesthetics, but...
I think Ganya is right. Pelegion is far from ideal for you, at least in its current state. If our efforts are met with continued success, perhaps one day it will be a city where anyone can live without issue. If possible, it would be great to reach that point before you've chosen a place to settle.
I'll be working hard towards that goal myself. You once told me that you fight against anyone who uses force to take what doesn't belong to them.
That's right.
I really took those words to heart and decided I wanted to help create a society free from hate. You've never let me down, never betrayed my trust. This time, I want you to trust in me. I will make this city a suitable place for you and your future family to live.
All right. I believe you, Ganya. I'm glad we came to Pelegion, even though it was for my own personal reasons. It gave me the chance to talk with Ganya and you about these kinds of things.
So, what should we do next? Should we make our way to Mahag Sar?
Tensions are still high there, so I'm not sure if it'd be right to take anyone's time with my personal issues. I think we can rule out Nies. I'd cause way too many problems for Beifong, and I wouldn't want to do that to him.
We keep in touch with Nies through trade and the occasional information exchange. If the opportunity arises, can I let them know you've begun thinking about your future?
Sure, as long as you don't make a big deal out of it. I'm really just doing some research for now.
Should we return to Viscint then? It is a relaxed and cozy place after all.
Who could we talk to there?
How about Kisara's friend, Legil? She can likely offer opinions from a viewpoint different from Droshan's.
Good idea. Let's go see if she'll talk with us. If Viscint isn't a good fit, then I'm not sure what options will be left. I had no idea it was this hard to find a place to live. I'm glad I had the chance to experience it for myself.
The situation changes by the day. Even if it was difficult this time, it may not be the same in the future. Plus, Legil's a reliable person to go to for advice. I bet she can provide us with useful information.
One short year ago, Pelegion was full of emotionless bodies. Mine among them. I hope that one day, I can make it a city full of love and smiling faces.
Legil, sorry to bother you. Can we chat with you about life in Viscint?
Oh, I'm happy you'd come to me for advice. But life in Viscint? Why? Is someone going to move here?
I'm considering it, but I haven't decided or even thought about a lot of details. For now, I'm traveling around and trying to find a place that would be nice to settle into once my journey is over.
Is that so? Well, I think Viscint is a great place to live. But recently, the population is exploding, and there isn't much space. We're getting overcrowded.
Guess there are downsides to Viscint's skyrocketing popularity.
But if you're going to live in Menancia, there are other options besides Viscint. For example, you can build a house near Traslita Highway just outside of town.
Outside of town? That thought hadn't occurred to me.
I know a really nice spot. However, it's currently inhabited by a gigantic Zoogle.
Well then, perhaps we can take care of that problem when we go scout the location.
Oh, that would be a huge help. Would you please?
Okay, we'll take care of it. We can't build a house if Zoogles live there.
Thanks, I appreciate it. By the way, I apologize if I've got the wrong idea here, but if marriage is the reason you end up relocating, then can I have your wedding bouquet? I already told Kisara, but I heard that if you can't catch a bouquet, you'll always be single and alone.
So you're where she heard that preposterous rumor?
All right, let's go take care of the Zoogle on Traslita Highway.
That land will be important if you want to develop it in the future. We must eliminate any threats that lurk there.
Preposterous? You mean it isn't true? I guess it does seem kind of silly when I think about it. I think the correct version was, if you can't catch a bouquet, your lover will hate you. No, that sounds wrong too.
Look! Isn't that what Legil was talking about? A giant Zoogle?
Looks like it. Let's get this done. This one's tough.
Even on hard mode, this thing is nowhere near as tanky as some of the solo opponents in the arena right now. That is kind of messed up. Okay, I got a successful boost break with her for once, and boom!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
You know, to somehow finish you off. Oh, that was a lucky core break. I guess it must have taken a lot of damage from the first incineration wave.
You picked the wrong fight! Azure Sword! Incineration Ball!
Dude!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
It's a pretty nice spot, like Legil said. A great view, and relaxing too.
Sounds as though you like it then. I too feel this would be a good spot for you.
I feel like I could just wake up, check out the view, do a little stretching, and be ready for a big day.
Feeling good about your environment is important. Now, shall we return to Viscint and inform Legil?
We defeated the Zoogle, Legil.
Thanks. So, how was the location?
Man, that was a nice spot. I can see myself enjoying life there. Maybe that means it's a good fit for me.
I think that when you get married and look for a home in earnest, what we've learned will aid quite a bit in your search.
Yeah, I thought that as long as they had 4 walls and a roof, all houses were the same regardless of where they are. But I was wrong.
I thought that much was obvious.
I'm glad you like it. If you seriously consider moving here, please let me know. The house itself is just as important as the location, so I can introduce you to a pro who can help with everything from layout to paint color.
Thanks, Legil.
You'll have a lot to think about, especially considering you won't be the only person living in the house. It seemed you had someone on your mind as we were traveling. But are you satisfied with the information we gathered?
I really don't know anything, so I thought that it would be enough to learn about marriage in general. But that isn't enough. Nearly everyone we met told me to think more about my partner. So I was trying to keep my partner in mind as I did my research, but honestly, I'm not sure if what I've done is correct.
I see. I believe that no knowledge or experience is without its merits. Right now, your head is full of worry and doubt, but it's a necessary step towards finding a better future for yourself.
I hope you're right.
You've only just begun to think about your future. There is no need to rush these things, Alphen.
Dohalim, thank you.
Shionne's diary updated.
Choosing a home is basically setting your future life in stone.
It's important to think practically about the future. For example, calculating your spending so you know how much you'll save in 1 year.
I bet you're good at planning out your future down to the smallest detail, Kisara.
You'll really have your hands full once you start building a new house, Alphen. But don't worry, we have to pay you back for all you've done. You can leave this to us.
Only my diary will know the truth. I don't know how this ended up happening, but we've been going around to various places, like checking out the different locations. Speaking of which, in Viscint we saw Legil, and she apologized for telling me a lie. But what was she talking about? Kisara and Manuel both look strangely flustered about it. Everyone is definitely acting weird. If this is how it's going to be, maybe I should go ahead and confess, to Renan at least, and apologize. I'm sure she'll forgive me. But the secret I keep mentioning, well, when it's my turn to cook, I secretly eat an extra plate of food under the guise of testing the flavor. And when we eat together, I get a second serving then. So they all think I'm having seconds, but I'm not. I'm actually having thirds. But only when there's extra food to go around, of course. Will they forgive me? That was your secret? I thought you were also researching marriage or something. Dang it.
Seems like your research into weddings and marriage is going well, Alphen.
Yeah, thanks to everyone's help. I've got law and Shionne distraction duty, so I have some time. But there may not be anything left to look into. I didn't know a thing before. But I've learned a lot, and have gained a little confidence now.
That's great.
I want to thank you again, Kisara. I've given things a lot of thought, and I think I've come to understand what makes weddings great. It's a ceremony to bring happiness to the person you care about most. Maybe that's why they're so popular these days.
You've come a long way. Remember how you panicked when you realized you knew nothing about marriage? By the way, I think there's something else that comes before the wedding. Have you already looked into it?
What? Something that comes before the wedding?
Of course. You're going to propose, right?
I haven't gotten any info on that yet, but I think it's enough to simply ask, will you marry me?
Wait, that's it?
What else is there?
Don't worry about it. You'll come up with something. Now then, I must be off.
Kisara, wait! Don't forsake me! Please, I'm begging you!
I don't know what the person you want to marry will think, but usually the atmosphere when you profess your feelings is important.
Oh, that.
You're asking them to spend the rest of their life with you, so you have to make that idea as enticing as possible, or they may say no. The location's also important. It's a moment you'll both remember forever. It should be in an elegant and beautiful place. Say, take her to a floral garden by the seaside. Gently take her by the hand and sweetly whisper to her your everlasting love. Or something.
A floral garden by the sea. I don't know any place like that.
That was, just an example. Some people put a lot of thought into proposals, whether they be marriage proposals or not.
Oh. But I should choose a place that makes me seem enticing. That won't be easy.
I think your best traits are your kindness, decisiveness, and strength.
By strength? Do you mean with a sword?
That's part of it, but you also have the strength of mind to stand firm in your beliefs, like touching Shionne without fearing her thorns. If you can show those traits to your partner, then she's sure to say yes.
I see. The problem is, I don't know how I can show her how strong my feelings are.
Well, I just heard a disturbing rumor. Apparently, a dangerous Zeugl has taken up residence in the Iglia Wastes.
We've definitely got to do something about that. But what does that have to do with what we were talking about?
You don't get it? The strength of your feelings is basically your courage. You should show Shionne you're not afraid to face powerful enemies.
Well, I don't have a partner yet. Plus, is something that simple good enough?
I'm not saying it's the best method, but I think it's one way of going about it.
If that's the case, then I should face the Zeugl alone. That should prove that my feelings are true, right?
I don't know. That might be a little too dangerous. There's a difference between courage and recklessness, Alphen.
I know, I get it. But I want to give it a shot. I want you to watch and afterwards let me know what you thought.
So you want to practice on the Zeugl in the Iglia Wastes, right? Got it. If it doesn't go well, we can just think of something else. If things get hairy, I'll jump in to help.
Thanks. Then all I have to do is decide on a place. Elegant and beautiful. Nothing comes to mind.
Don't worry about it for now. You have time. Let's head to the Iglia Wastes and lay waste to that Zeugl.
Fighting alone against a powerful foe is the perfect chance to test myself. Lately, I've always had Shionne and the others nearby, so I guess it's been a while.
Don't lose sight of your goal. You're trying to show your courage, not your recklessness.
I approached Alphen and Kisara while they were talking, but this time Law came up to me. It was painfully obvious he was trying to distract me. Oh, Law, but I did manage to hear a little bit of what they said. I heard my name, and something about a moment remembered forever. They seemed to really into whatever it was, and also kind of like they were having fun. Then I got to thinking, maybe it's not that they found out my secret, but they're planning something fun for me. In that case, I feel so ashamed. Eating an extra plate of food beforehand is like stealing. What do they think I'm a greedy slob? That's all I could think about. So I met my mind blurred out to Law, that I eat an extra plate of food before meals as a taste test. I braced myself for worse, but Law just casually replied, an extra plate before dinner? You're having at least 3 servings, right? We all knew that. Why are you telling me now? It's not 3 whole servings, though. Just 1 extra big plate and 2 smaller ones. But it's not about quantity, is it? The important thing is I'm the only one who thought it was a secret. Everyone knew all along. This is such a bad idea.
There's the giant Zeugl, and there are more around it.
Okay, I'm going in. You watch from a distance.
I'll be sure to help if it looks like you're in danger. Good luck, Alphen.
No choice.
Yep, this is basically an arena fight. But with only 1 armadillo from the start rather than a million. Or wait, no, we start with multiple wolves instead. Actually, flying type enemies are not too difficult for Alphen to deal with compared to the other enemy types and their gimmicks. Yeah, because I don't have Dohalim, I can't easily deal with you. And those armadillos actually have invincible, I think, absolute non-stagger frames even against things like counterattacks, depending on what animation they're in. Yeah, even my boost did not do anything to you. Ugh.
More? My turn! Hurricane thrust! We did it!
Well, that is one way to deal with them.
Azure Storm! Azure Storm!
Snipe you out, and the bees can also snipe me, unfortunately.
Void Flash! Strike! My turn!
They can dodge my counterattack somehow, but not. My boost break is a bit too fast for you there. Haha.
Great! Next more! Strike! We did it! Now, here I come! Burn!
Use another boost break and hope I don't die from it.
To be let free! Great! My turn! Void Flash! Strike! Void
Got him!
Hey, what's going on here? Why is Alphen fighting by himself?
Shionne? Wait, I can explain.
Hold on, Alphen. I'm coming to help.
This one's tough.
Fortunately, they're not quite as tough as the ones from that level, that level 80 beach gauntlet from the arena.
What my arts can do.
Surprisingly.
Azure Storm!
Even though they are at around the same level, which is really weird. Well, I think the beach one was designed for the main game rather than this one, but mechanically speaking, most of your items and stats would be the same once you get the enough equipment anyways, right?
Glacial Spear. Pierce evil.
Okay,
It's almost there.
Don't let your...
Yikes, I actually did that much with a single attack?
It's time to...
Okay, just chug an elixir or maybe a grape gel to be economical.
End this battle.
Yeah, since I didn't actually activate the KO prevention, a grape gel will probably actually be enough. It's only when I've used up the last of the KO prevention that I want to use elixirs.
Explosion. Burning.
Azure Storm!
Pierce evil.
Ignite!
Core broke, nice.
This ends now.
Consider your...
Seriously, I'm on hard mode for this one. Their defense, am I just overpowered and I don't know it?
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Damn! That worked.
Shionne, before we talk, can we go someplace quiet?
Sure. Now that you're safe, I'm in no hurry.
Thanks. Let's head for the volcano then.
Oh, so there is a point to Berg Volcano.
What? So the reason everyone's been talking in secret has been because they're helping you?
Yes, that's right. I've been looking into something, but I asked everyone to keep it from you.
Looking into something? What is it? And why am I the only one you didn't tell?
See, I've been thinking about the future. What I want to do, where I want to go, things like that. But I didn't have enough knowledge, so I knew I needed to get more. I didn't want the person I want to be with to think I'm unreliable for not knowing anything.
I see. So you've been traveling around and getting advice from various people?
That's right. And a lot of them told me that when I gather information, I need to think more about the person I want to be with. In the end, I'm not really sure if I've accomplished what I set out to do, though. I'm sorry I kept it a secret. I thought that if I included you, I'd end up completely relying on you.
Alphen.
I'm really sorry.
Alphen, people told you to think more about the person you want to be with when you do your research. But wouldn't it be best to do the research together with that person? What's wrong with relying on her? Anyone who knows you understands you're someone who can be counted on. I mean, if I were that person, I'd certainly rather do it with you than be kept in the dark.
Together. That makes sense. Maybe I was trying to show off or something.
But if this person knew how far you and everyone else went for her, I'm sure she'd be very happy. Your methods may have been flawed, but your heart was in the right place. I'm sure she'd be thrilled to know how much you and everyone else care about her.
Shionne.
Just let me say this. Once everything is calmed down and you're ready, let's sit down and talk.
Okay, got it. The next time there's something I want to research, will you come with me?
Of course, Alphen. You don't even need to ask. I'm looking forward to it.
Shionne's already updated. I think that was the last of the EX quests.
At first, I wasn't sure what would happen. But it seems like you found out what you wanted to know. So I guess things worked out.
Although Shionne did scold us a bit.
That's no surprise. We did keep a secret from her, even if it was only for a short time.
Not telling her the truth was so hard. I was at the end of my rope and almost blurted it out a few times. I'm so glad she found out.
Sorry for putting you through all that, guys. I learned a lot from this.
Then it was worth the trouble. We always wish the best for you, Alphen.
I think it's safe to rest here now.
Her diary, the final entry. Thanks, everyone. Alphen's been thinking about his future and gathering information. Everyone's been helping him. That's why I've been whispering this whole time. I don't mind that they kept it from me, but the fact that they did means maybe Alphen did it out of consideration for me, which I would honestly appreciate. I also appreciate everyone else going along with it. I'm really happy with things as they are now, although writing all this down is a little embarrassing how I completely got the wrong impression. I may have to burn this diary eventually, but I'd rather not. I hope it doesn't have to be burned from the bottom of my heart. I may have started writing this diary on a whim, but now I'm glad I did. It's been really nice. If I start to forget what happened during the year, I can look back here and remember what I was thinking and how we spent time together. The old me would have never wanted to recall the past. I never imagined a future me that would want to look back on the past either. This is all thanks to the fact that I met everyone. They really are the greatest friends. Thank you.
Filled with equal parts wisdom and nobility, always ready to boldly rescue anyone from the perils of thirst. Delicious and nutritious, it's Dohalim mixed juice. Try it today.
That phrasing sounds familiar.
Yet another product bearing my name.
What? So do we have to gather ingredients or something? Do we have to kill another Gigant? Lord Dohalim, it's been a while. I'm so happy to see you again.
Hey.
Looks like you were selling juice now. What happened to your pancakes? Pancakes are still our signature food, but recently the number of Renan customers has also increased, you see. So recently we've been developing new products to meet their demands.
You don't say.
I see, you're quite a shrewd businesswoman. Lord Dohalim, this new product was developed specifically with you in mind after you went to Pelegion. My hope was for people to reminisce about you as they enjoy their juice mixtures and pancakes. Judging by your reaction, I assume it's not selling too well. Maybe it's lacking some Lord Dohalimness because I can't draw portraits on them like pancakes. I don't know about that, but as far as the taste goes, I can't say anything without actually trying some. I'll give you some samples, so will you please give me your honest opinions?
Yes.
Gladly. Dohalim, you too, okay?
Okay.
If my opinion could be useful in any way, I'd be happy to help. What's the word? How does the Dohalim's juice mixture hit your tongue?
Is that so?
It's... how to put this? It's potable, but not great. Not exquisite. I see. Our customers had similar reactions. Then why not give it an overhaul from the ground up? Yes, please make this juice worthy of bearing Lord Dohalim's name. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I'll do what I can. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm so honored that Lord Dohalim is creating a recipe himself. I shall visit you again once I have come with something satisfactory.
All right, I'm throwing down the gauntlet. Let's see who can make the best juice.
Well, you're certainly fired up. Are you suggesting a competition?
That's right. I had to MC the pancake contest, so this time I'm gonna be a contestant.
All right, challenge accept.
No way, Alphen. You should sit this one out. No one wants to drink spicy juice.
Defeated before even setting foot on the battlefield.
Well, if it's anything like the last one, I'll join in this time instead of judging. I want to test my skills against the reigning pancake champ.
Wait, you mean me? Oh no, what am I gonna do? There's no way I can go up against Kisara. But I guess my title as the champion is on the line. And if I can get Huro to lend me a talent again... Huro, wait! Where are you going?
Maybe you should take a pass on this one. For Hoodle's sake.
I'm in as well. What about you, Shionne? Will you participate?
Not this time. If Kisara's competing in the contest, someone will need to sit out and judge all the entries.
Then it's decided. The winner is the juice that Shionne likes best. Let's do it.
That's right. I can drink as much juice as you can dish out. Bring it on.
Something tells me she just wants free juice.
Once we've gathered all of our ingredients, let's head to Pharia Ranch. We should find all the tools we need there.
The competition will be fierce. I'll have my work cut out for me if I want to make up for my pancake defeat.
Huro! Please, come back! Don't leave me! Huro!
With this many ingredients, we should be able to effectively work on our juice mixtures.
All right, back to the ranch we go.
Who can mix up the tastiest juice blend? Let's find out. Hootle and I will be your hosts. First, a special thanks to Bogdell for providing our lovely venue here at Pharia Ranch. Now then, let's kick things off.
So Rinwell and Hootle are emceeing this time.
Shionne, could you please say a few words as our judge?
Of course. I can tell everyone has put their best effort into today's competition, and I'm eager to sample the fruits of that labor.
Sounds like Shionne's taste buds are ready. So, without further ado, let's bring out our first contestant. It's...
That's right. I'm the first challenger.
Star player Kisara is first up to bat. Has this competition been won before it's even started?
My recipe may seem unsophisticated at first, but I think you'll find it to be perfect for this competition. Here is my entry.
Whoa! Just check out that presentation. Let's hope it tastes as good as it looks.
I put a lot of care into the quality and flavor, not just the appearance. I used the finest milk, as well as fresh strawberries picked this morning. Overall, my strawberry milk blend achieves an elegant yet subtle sweetness that I think will pair perfectly with pancakes.
Just the sort of recipe I would expect from you, Kisara. I knew I could count on you to put your best foot forward when it comes to cuisine.
Well, I also kept in mind that the recipe we created not only had to be worthy of bearing Dohalim's name, but also had to work as a sellable product. With that in mind, I tried to replicate his elegance and refinement in both the presentation and flavor of my entry.
Even her description is flawless. She's thought of everything.
That's an approach to the assignment only you would think of, Kisara. Let's give it a taste. It certainly is delicious. And I'm sure it will pair well with pancakes, too.
Is this it? Has Kisara already claimed the title?
However, it feels a little too conventional. I don't imagine it would make any notable waves if it was released as a new product.
What?
It's a solid entry, but I think the juice we release has to surprise the drinker. It should give them something unexpected. For example, you could try dumping more sugar in it to sweeten it up.
It's true. I may have avoided taking risks in the pursuit of a smooth, easily accessible drink. But if the juice is too sweet, it won't go well with the pancakes, and adding that much sugar would definitely make the juice unhealthy.
I think you did a great job, Kisara.
Alphen, I don't need your consolation. I created this recipe, and I will destroy it with my own hands.
Wow, she is not taking this well.
Has fan favorite Kisara been knocked out of the competition? What will happen next?
You want a juice that will surprise the drinker, you say? If so, then it would appear victory is mine.
A bold statement. It sounds like you're confident in your entry, Dohalim.
Extremely. All my work has been for this. Behold, my masterpiece!
It's awfully... viscous.
You mustn't judge on looks alone. I ask that you refrain from commenting until you've tasted it.
Fair enough. Well, here goes. It's amazing! The taste is rough yet elegant, utterly overtaking your mouth!
What? No way! It tastes good? What's in it anyway?
High-grade horse meat, sprinkled with pepper and grilled, then flavored with tomato and juiced. Not only will a glass of this juice sate your hunger, but if served with pancakes, it will be the main course.
So the pancakes would be like a dessert then? I agree. This certainly meets the requirements of the assignment. Not only does this juice deliver an actual surprise, but it's also truly satisfying to imbibe.
Indeed. Actually, I would say this recipe's only flaw is it tastes even better before it's juiced.
Disqualified!
Eliminated yet again.
In a way, it's impressive you can make something like this every time.
A disqualification is a disqualification. I will keep this recipe to myself, so that it never again sees the light of day.
Honestly, it sounds more like a cold soup than a juice.
Oh man, I'm last! Kisara's tried and true entry is out, and Dohalim's crazy concoction has been disqualified. Now I'm next on the chopping block. Oh, what am I gonna do?
Law! Come on, hurry up! You're the last contestant, so get out here already!
Coming, Renwell! Damn it! Think, Law, think! Oh, use your head. Wait, my head? That's it! If this juice is gonna reflect the real me, I gotta go all in! Time to go big or go home! Yeah! Sorry for the wait. Here is my entry!
It doesn't look particularly unique. Still, let's give it a taste. This texture is amazing. It has the perfect amount of pulp. It feels less like juice and more like I'm drinking an actual fruit. The aftertaste is cool and refreshing, yet it's substantial enough for a single glass to leave you feeling satisfied. This juice will not only fill the stomach, but also go perfectly with pancakes. It's exactly what I was hoping for.
Wait, so then?
Yes, Law is the winner.
Haha, really? You're serious? Hell yeah!
But Law, how did you make this? Did you grate an apple into a cloth and wring the juice out through it?
Nah, that's way too much hassle. The only tools I needed were these finely tuned muscles. Listen up. First, I split the fruit open with a headbutt. Then, I squeezed the juice out with my bare hands. And voila! Its appearance is understated, but it was made through a crazy process. Suits Dohalim perfectly, don't you think?
So, is that what you think of me?
Putting aside the juicing method, I guess this means we have a recipe we can turn in.
Hold on. No one could reproduce that juicing process except Law. Does that mean we have to turn him in too?
Huh? Come on, no need to go that far.
No, she's right. Sorry, Law, but this is goodbye. Take your recipe and head back to Viscint alone.
Law, thank you. For everything. I promise I'll never forget you.
Take care of yourself, Law. Just know I'll be wishing the best for you in your new life.
You're joking, right? Hey, wait! Don't make me go!
Roughly squeezed juice recipe. Really did every quest, huh?
While sharing the recipe, I went ahead and included some pointers on proper headbutting form and grip strength training. Improving those should make squeezing the juice a breeze.
Law, do you really headbutt the fruit for every single new order that comes in?
I guess that means a busy day is a real headache.
There must be a way to automate this, right? Maybe we could train Zoogles to do this, I don't know. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Tales of Arise Beyond the Dawn. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, and maybe try the game for yourself.